Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Today I would like to introduce our member. So the first member is Siva Ganesh, and the second member is Nurul Rabiatul, the third member is Saryani, and the fourth member is Nurul Shazwani. Hi, my name is Rabiatul. Today I would like to present about introduction of our group topic. Regression is a statistical method for determining the relationship between two or more variables. There are two relationships such as simple linear regression and multiple linear regression. Simple linear regression is using a single independent variable and a corresponding dependable variable that use simple linear regression to identify the relationship between the two variables. And the multiple linear regression the independent variable can be either continuous or categorical, and always to find the link between two or more variables. And hypothesis testing is known as an inferential statistical method, which is used to determine and relating the population from the observation of a sample.
Son of Tanabalan. I want to present about simple linear regression analysis. The scatter plot graph shows that the linear relationship between each independent variable and the dependent variable. Secondly, the table 1 shows that the variable x4 having strong linear relationship and highest correlation coefficient compared to other independent variables. However, the variable x5 has a strong linear relationship between variable y. Other than the table 2 shows that the simple linear regression formula, which is y equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 x, have been using for identify the simple linear regression equation. In addition, the coefficient table shows that the p-value of each independent variables are lower than 0.05, which make reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. Lastly, based on the model summary table, the R square, which is considered as 80% from variation in variable y, is accounted by variation in variable
x. 6 is overfitting. The data for dataset 1 shows model overfitting y. This is because it has a low error rate and high variance. For this dataset, we can see through this normal p-plot regression and standard error with R square change 0.993. Overfitting cannot be used in the MLR concept because each independent data has a different value. Next is multi-criteria. Based on the table, it shows data set for independent data x2 have multi-criteria. This is because the data x2 have multi-criteria because the VIF statistic is more than 10 value, which is 10.122. But for the other independent data, there's no multi-criteria value between y and the other like x1, x3, x4, and x5 because it's lower than 10 value. Next is 2.8, which is model comparison. The comparison model between the SLR and LLR models for this dataset 1 is, we can see that the model can be taken as SLR model. This is because of the R and R square shows a lower value compared to MLR model. We choose SLR because it's more correlate rather than
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Shazwani and I will present 3.9 until 3.11. The best fitted model is SLR model. As the data shown, the VIF in SLR model is less than MLR model. VIF was used to measure the amount of multicollinearity in regression analysis. When IEBF was less, it means that this data has no multicollinearity, which can adversely affect the regression result. Point prediction based on the best model. The value of R and R square in SLR will be 0.5 model, which means it is not explain much of the variation of the data, but it is significant value compared to the MLR model. Regarding the hypothesis testing, we fail to reject the null hypothesis because the p-value is greater than 0.05, means that deviation from the null hypothesis is not statistically significant.
The last one is conclusion. The simple linear regression method is better to use for analyzing the data set 1 compared to multiple linear regression method. And the next is multiple linear regression is suitable for analyzing more than one independent variable to make explain the relationship between the dependable variable from the data set 1. The independent variables are assumed to be measured at the interval or ratio level by using least square method in multiple linear regression.